What if your favorite Toy Story characters had completely different personalities? Imagine Woody as a slacker, Buzz as a coward, or Rex as a terrifying T-Rex. Sounds wild, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're flipping the script on these iconic toys. Stay till the end, because our last reveal is one of the most surprising transformations of all. Rex. Then there's Rex, our hyperactive and somewhat accident-bound T-Rex. Kind. Being one of the most ferocious creatures on Earth, Rex is certainly a contradiction because he is one of the kindest toys in Andy's room. Gentle. Other than his look and his accident-prone demeanor, Rex is also one of the gentlest toys Andy owns. Lucky for them, because as a dinosaur of his nature, he could have been ruling the roost with his ferocity. Caring. As kind and as gentle as they come, Rex is also one of the most caring toys in Andy's room, always making sure he had time for everyone. Such a gentle soul. Now, allow me to introduce you to Rex. Gone is the sweet, gentle dinosaur we know. This guy is mean, ferocious, and ready to terrify Andy's room. Mean. As a dinosaur, if Rex was his opposite, in that he was as mean as they come, this would have been a much different story. Ferocious. Add such meanness to some level of ferocity, and Andy could have returned home just to find that Rex had eaten all his toys. Cruel. Thankfully, he also did not have a mean streak, because if he did, even Andy could have been in some sort of danger. After all, there would be a T-Rex loose in his own room, Mr. Potato Head. Let's take a look at the best features of Mr. Potato Head. Loving. Yes, Mr. Potato Head is one of the most sarcastic and cynical characters in Andy's room, but looking at how he eventually treats Mrs. Potato Head, you can tell he is all in for this relationship. Funny. Well, it's fair to say that it comes with the territory of the earlier mentioned cynicism. Even funnier when he falls and his pieces scatter everywhere. Heart of gold. Finally, despite said cynicism and sarcasm, he does have a heart of gold and is ready to help his friends get out of a pinch. Mr. Potato Head is sarcastic but ultimately kind-hearted, with a knack for making others laugh. But what if his humor vanished? That's where Mr. Grumpy Spud comes in. Mean-spirited. To be honest, we can see how he could be a mean-spirited Potato Head already. All he needs to do is maybe get rid of Mrs. Potato Head, and we'll see exactly how mean-spirited he is. Not funny. Suffice it to say, Mr. Potato Head needs to be funny, because if he isn't, we're not sure we would have much time for his sarcastic nature. Hateful. Same goes for if he is just as hateful as he is not funny. We'd just watch and laugh harder every time he scattered to bits when he fell over. Ham. Next up, we move over to Ham, a good friend of Mr. Potato Head. Funny, always available with a wise crack or two. It doesn't get much funnier than Ham. Rich. That's a good thing, right? As a piggy bank toy, he's got to be stacking up that dough. Friendly. Finally, he is also one friendly little piggy, especially when he works hand in hand with his best friend, Mr. Potato Head. Ham is the witty, wise-cracking piggy bank we all love, but take away his humor and warmth, and you're left with Slam, a serious, unfriendly toy who's got nothing to give. Serious. The movie just won't be the same without a wise-cracking Ham, and we're not sure we want a serious one either. Broke. Serious and broke, that would leave Ham and us all watching in pieces. Unfriendly. Again, the movie won't be the same with an unfriendly Ham. He's probably just end up eating Mr. Potato Head as if he was some sort of mulch. Slinky Dog. Let's turn our attention to Slinky Dog. Loyalty. Friendly and loyal, he is even considered to be Woody's best friend. As such, he is almost loyal to the toy cowboy to a fault and was always ready to help his friend in any way, even if it meant letting him know that he messed up just like he did when Woody tried to get rid of Buzz. Nice. One of the nicest characters in the movie, he is friendly to all the other toys in Andy's room. laid back. He is also one of the most laid back toys in Andy's room, and as such, he never really had much trouble with the others. Slinky Dog is Woody's loyal companion, always laid back and ready to help. But what if that loyalty turned into hostility? That's where Snappy Dog comes in. Disloyal. Clearly, if Slinky Dog wasn't loyal, he wouldn't have so much love for all the other toys, especially Woody. That would have made Woody that much reliant on Andy's love, and we can see how far that got him. Aggressive? If he wasn't nice, Slinky would have been one aggressive toy dog. He would have been biting on anyone who tried to pet him. Imagine the state of Andy's room with such an angry dog. Scary. Agitated. Probably an extension of his aggression, but yeah, if he wasn't so laid back, Slinky would be up in everyone's business so that he could let them know who the top dog was. You wouldn't want this version of Slinky in Andy's room. Andy, we've spoken a lot about him so far. We might as well take a look at his personality. Imaginative. To be honest, without this imaginative little boy, we won't have the story that we all know and love today. He is probably the one that brings these toys to life with his young, imaginative mind. Protective. Seeing how he had these toys up until adulthood, it's clear that he knew how to protect and take care of his possession. Loving. From the way his toys love him, you know that he was one loving little boy. We can see how this extended to his toys and his family. Andy's imagination is the magic that brings these toys to life, and his love keeps them going. But take that away and you get Blandy, a careless kid with no regard for his toys. Unimaginative. This sort of speaks for itself, doesn't it? No imaginative Andy means no lively toys. Careless. If he was a careless little boy, Andy probably won't have so many toys to begin with. He'd probably be more like Sid, hateful. Suffice it to say, but if he was a hateful little boy, we wouldn't have any toys and we would have any Toy Story today. Woody, loyalty. Let's start with Woody now, shall we? Knowing him and his love for Andy, his owner, you can tell that he is a loyal toy. He just lives for the kid, and as such, how he was always going to struggle when it came to life without Andy. Leader. Aside from his loyalty to Andy, the first moments of the Toy Story movies show that Woody was the leader of the group of toys that belonged to Andy. As the leader of the roost, he was always going to make sure that all the toys were in order so that they would all be ready when Andy wanted to play with them. Determination. As loyal and as much of a great leader as Woody seems to be, it must be said that he is one determined toy. We're not sure if we've seen anyone that is willing to put his mind and body towards achieving a goal or getting out of a pinch. We've seen him do all he can to get home to Andy despite getting lost in a city that he never really ventured into. Heck, we've seen him do all he can to get rid of Buzz when he got fed up with him. Now, let's meet Moody. Unlike the loyal, determined leader we know, Moody is disloyal, unmotivated, and far from a natural leader. Disloyal. Looking at it, we may not have had a movie if Woody was so enamored with Andy. Follower. It goes without saying that if he wasn't a leader, we would be one of the followers in the group, just waiting for instructions from someone like Mr. Potato Head. Unmotivated. If Woody didn't have the drive that he did, he would never have gotten back to his Andy. Looking at it again, without this determination, we won't have the adventure that is Toy Story. Next, we take a look at Buzz Lightyear. What do you think his top 3 attributes are? Heroic. From the get, we know that Buzz is one heroic astronaut. Eager to go to infinity and beyond, you have to be brave to face what is beyond the final frontier. Charismatic. We also cannot ignore how charismatic he is. No wonder he had all the other toys eating out of his hands. Well, meaning. Despite having so much going for him, it must be said that he is a well-meaning astronaut with a good heart. Perhaps that is why he never really took Woody as a threat before the cowboy tried to get rid of him, but in the end, it just shows how genuine Buzz could be. Now let me introduce you to Bort Dimyear. Forget bravery and charisma. This guy is a total coward, repelling everyone with his sour attitude. cowardly. Obviously, if Buzz lacked his heroism, he'd probably be a coward who would have lost his wits long before he and Woody ended up in the neighbor kid's room. Imagine how he would have felt if he actually came across that freaky toy in the neighbor's room with this cowardly attitude. Repellent. It's fair to say that if Buzz lacked his charisma, he would have repealed the toys, and maybe even Andy, so much so that Woody wouldn't have felt so compelled to get rid of him. Mean-spirited. Finally, if he was a mean-spirited guy, maybe everyone would have still tried to get rid of him. Except maybe this time, no one would try to get him back. And there you have it. 7 Toy Story characters flipped on their heads. From Woody turning into Moody, to Rex transforming into Rex. It's wild how a personality switch can upend the entire toy box. Which flip surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you had fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow Disney fans. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep dreaming, stay creative, and remember, even Bored Dim Year has his moments. Just don't expect them anytime soon.